We are very happy today to have with us three main stakeholders of the European manufacturing industry. We have with us in duplex Mrs. Nikowska from the European Commission. Hello.
Hello.
So you're head of unit for the digital transformation of industrial ecosystem and strategy at the European Commission.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I have on my right Nicolas Leterrier, VP at Schneider Electric in charge of external partnership.
Yep.
And on my left, Nicolas Topus from Supernova Invest, so investors and analysts. So the goal of today is to exchange between European Commission, private investors and corporate about how to support manufacturing industry on the scope of DIH² Factor. So first, Mrs. Nikowska, could you introduce yourself a bit more and explain a bit more your role and your activity?
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me here today. So my unit deals mainly with manufacturing and supporting industry and companies of all sizes in their way to digitalization. On the one hand, we support research and innovation in the area of manufacturing that can help us to become more competitive and resilient for the future. We have something called a network of European digital innovation hubs that aim at supporting small and medium enterprises as well as public sector in their digital transformation. And we also support data management and more specifically data spaces for manufacturing. So these are three our main activities. And as a side business, as I call it a little bit, we are also working on semiconductors and preparing for the monitoring of the supply chain there.
A really interesting topic we will cover also later. So it will be very interesting indeed to get your point of view and sharing with us the European strategy to support manufacturing industries in Europe. And Nicolas has a question for you. Both Nicolas have questions for you, but if you could just give us an overview of your strategy, it could be really interesting.
Well, the strategy has actually not changed despite all the turbulences that we've been going through in the recent years, as our president has came up with the twin transition of digital and green. This has always been the main line for all the strategies towards manufacturing and towards industry. One cannot go without the other, and we see the effects of all these already now.
So, Nicola, I think you have a question.
Yeah, well, what I would like to understand as well is how European Commission wants to support productivity, efficiency, and especially sustainability, as a competitive advantage, for the overall supply chain.
Well, let me be very brief. We try to support this from the beginning until the more advanced stages. So you are, of course, familiar with Horizon Europe. This is where all the research is done and where we are looking for the solutions that could be deployed in the future. And we have something called also the Digital Europe program, which is a deployment program that looks at solutions that are already available and can be deployed at scale. And this is for manufacturing, for industry, for business, but also for public sector. And in addition, specifically for digitalization, we have the plan called not Digital Europe program, Digital Compass. And there you have very, very clear priorities for the Commission to digitize the four main areas, skills, business, public sector. And there, every country, every member state is expected to prepare a plan of how they want to achieve these objectives.
So from the different member states and then the overall strategy of the European Commission. Okay.
Exactly.
Nicolas, you have also a question.
Yes, thanks a lot. We've seen on the market in the different European regions that there are more and more differences in terms of innovation management, area of expertise, and that this seems to be increasing. So our question is really, what are the levers that you can leverage really to coordinate all the different regions and maintain some sort of coherence between all the territories in Europe through these transitions?
Well, I'm not sure. We need to ensure coherence everywhere. I mean, there is specialization. There are different needs and different capacities of the regions which should be used and strengthened. What we have currently in place is the network of European digital innovation hubs. These hubs are present in every European member state, as well as in Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway. And we will soon open a call also for countries that acceded to the Digital Europe program, like Ukraine. And these hubs have this dual purpose. On the one hand, they are helping companies on the ground with their actual local needs, and they have the European face. So they can base themselves on the experience of hubs, for example, in other regions, and provide solutions and technologies that are missing in a given region, but are needed. So they will have really a pivotal role in reducing the discrepancies between regions, but I believe that differences between regions will remain. But I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. And as you know, DIH, this is about 100 DIH working together for this program DIH² that we are here for today. So I think it's a good starting point indeed. And as today we have corporate, we have investors with us, and we have the European Commission. So I have one more question for you, Mr. Nikowska. What are you expecting from corporate and from investors to support the European strategy?
I would say let's work together. Let's not hesitate to talk to each other and to learn from each other. Because sometimes when we meet with enterprises, they come with a little bit of, let's say, negative attitude. They fear certain things that we are proposing, but the solution to this is really come to us and speak to us and explain their concerns, and very often they can be addressed. And in the specific field that I deal with, I strongly suggest that you reach out to digital innovation hubs in your region, be it DIH², be it other DIHs, or my personal preference, EDIHs, but there can be a lot of fields for cooperation between companies, bigger companies, smaller companies, research institutions. So there is, I think, a very positive road ahead of us.
Really good. So I think it's a good conclusion. Let's work all together through cooperation between European DIH research organization, corporate, private investors at a full ecosystem, and we're going to make it happen. Thank you very much, everybody. And we're going to go to the next session of DIH² Factor. Thank you, Mrs. Nikowska, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.